We are following breaking news out of Dauphin County where multiple police units have responded to South Hanover Township.
This incident is near Duke and Grandview Streets. Mark Hall, he's on the phone now with the latest. Mark.
Yep, Flora and Val, the Dauphin County coroner is on scene. We are told that this is an officer-involved shooting that took place in the 100 block of Grandview Drive here in Hummelstown. We got here probably just moments after the call came out, and there were more than 25 police cars on scene, which is certainly not uncommon in this type of a situation when you have a police-involved shooting. It's usually an all-hands-on-deck effort. The scene right now is roped off. People who live in the area, as you can imagine, are outside braving the elements, just kind of looking at the scene. Again, this is a police-involved shooting. And I had an opportunity to speak with a neighbor. She lives about 4 houses down from where the incident took place. She was not home at the time, but she did tell me that her daughter called her, and her daughter said that she had heard a popping sound. It sounded like a firecracker. Right now, police or investigators that are on scene here, they are not giving us any information. State police are also here assisting with the investigation. We saw a couple of troopers going door to door, canvassing the neighborhood, talking to people that may have seen something. But obviously, this is a police-involved shooting. As I mentioned earlier, the Dauphin County coroner is on scene, and Flora and Val, we certainly hope to have much more coming up at 5:30. We'll send it back to you.
Well, there has been a shooting involving a police officer. Police have now descended on a house in Hummelstown. Mark Hall is there. He joins us on the phone. Mark.
Listen, yeah, we're at the 100 block of Grandview Drive here in Hummelstown, South Hanover Township, and this all started around 4 o'clock, and we were actually headed to a story in Hershey, and we saw several police cars driving past us, and so we decided to follow them, and it brought us here to, again, the 100 block of Grandview Drive. About 25 police cars were here when we arrived at the scene. The Dauphin County coroner is on scene and has been here for the past hour. We're still waiting to get official word now from police. We are told that the Pennsylvania State Police have now taken over the lead in this investigation. Folks who live in this neighborhood are still standing outside. They've been outside now for the past couple of hours. Again, this is an officer-involved shooting. I mentioned just moments ago that a lot of people who live in the neighborhood are still out here just taking a look at this scene because this is a very quiet neighborhood. I know we say that often, but this is a very quiet neighborhood here in South Hanover Township. And we had an opportunity to speak with Hillary Swan, who lives just 3 houses down from where this police-involved shooting took place, and she's still trying to come to grips with what happened.
It's a little nerve-wracking that it's so close to your house because you want to believe you live in a safe neighborhood. So I'm hoping this is a one-time incident, and I still feel pretty safe.
Yeah, there's still a lot of this is still an active scene, and we hope to have much more tonight at 7. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
State police are investigating that deadly officer-involved shooting in Dauphin County. They say a Hummelstown police officer pulled a man over for a traffic stop, but the man took off. The officer followed the man to his home in South Hanover Township, where there was a confrontation. Investigators say the officer then shot and killed the suspect. Mark Hall has been following this since it happened. He joins us now from the Hummelstown police station with the latest. Mark.
That's right, Alicia. This did start out as a routine traffic stop, but as things escalated, this turned into much more than routine. This is the scene around 4:15 Monday afternoon along the 100 block of Grandview Drive. But state police say the incident started at another location.
About 4 o'clock this afternoon, a Hummelstown police officer attempted to make a traffic stop on a male driver. The male driver fled and a pursuit ensued. The driver drove to his residence. He then exited his vehicle.
State police say the Hummelstown officer followed the man and then tracked him down at the side of the home. Moments later, an altercation.
Shots were fired by the Hummelstown police officer, and the subject was pronounced at the scene.
Kayla Troutman lives 3 houses down from the scene.
When I was doing my homework, I heard a gunshot go off.
What was your reaction when you heard it?
Like I was a little bit scared.
It didn't take long for Kayla's mom, Hillary, to figure out that this was serious.
And all of a sudden, we hear cop car after cop car driving by, and we look out the window and we see it's right up the street and just wondering what's going on.
Hillary's son was on the bus less than a block away. He says they could see all the police cars surrounding the house, but it was tough to figure out what was going on.
I wanted to come home, but I was also scared because it was so close to my house.
The bus turned around and Hillary got a call from the school to pick Hunter up. Meanwhile, Hillary is still trying to decompress.
You want to believe you live in a safe neighborhood, so I'm hoping this is a one-time incident and I still feel pretty safe.
And state police have not released the name of the man who died. We expect to learn more tomorrow. Working for you live in Dauphin County, Mark Hall, ABC 27 News. Alicia, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, some details still to come out in those days to come.
We have new information in that deadly police-involved shooting in South Hanover Township, Dauphin County. A man was killed. Stephen Fisher is live now with the latest. Stephen.
Flora, I just stepped out of a press conference here at the Dauphin County Coroner's Office, and we now have new information regarding yesterday's shooting, specifically the man who was shot and killed. He is being identified as 59-year-old David Anthony Kasich. It happened about 4 o'clock yesterday near Hummelstown in Dauphin County. Kasich was pulled over by police. He then fled in his car. The officer followed Kasich, finally ending up back at his house at the 100 block of Grandview Drive in South Hanover Township. State police say the officer tracked the man down behind his home. After a few moments, there was an altercation. The police officer fired their gun, killing the suspect. The coroner says the man who was shot multiple times by a Hummelstown policewoman. They're still investigating the bullet angles, and toxicology test is pending.
We're really fresh in the investigation. It happened last night. We have a couple more days before we can the state police can actually interview. So at this point, it's collection. We've also sent out toxicology on this individual to see what exactly was in their bloodstream at the time of death.
Still a lot of questions remain unanswered at this time. Why did the man flee from police? Was he armed? Was he even considered dangerous when the policewoman caught up with him behind his home yesterday? Again, all those answers are left to be answered. We'll of course work for you and try and bring you more as they are made available to us. But for now, working for you live in Dauphin County, Stephen Fisher, ABC 27 News.
We have new details tonight about the man who was shot and killed by a police officer near Hummelstown.
Yeah, this was our breaking news last night. Stephen Fisher's learned a lot more, and he joins us live now as well. Stephen.
Alicia, that man who was shot and killed is being identified as 59-year-old David Kasich. Now, earlier today, we spoke with a few eyewitnesses who told me they couldn't believe what they saw. Neon orange paint markings are left in the snow behind this home on Grandview Road, where police say 59-year-old David Kasich was fatally shot by an officer.
It all seemed senseless. That he lost his life over something so stupid.
A man who lived here with Kasich did not want his identity to be shown.
Like I said, we didn't hear her call for backup until after the second shot.
He says he was there, watching from start to finish, and can't make sense of the outcome.
I know he wasn't armed, so therefore I don't understand why the gun was even drawn, why the taser wasn't drawn instead of the gun.
Eyewitnesses say David Kasich pulled into this driveway, then came running here through the snow and ended up behind these green bushes. That's where eyewitnesses say he was then shot and killed by a Hummelstown policewoman.
I did not see him getting physical with her or anything.
Friends say David was on probation for driving with a suspended license and believe that is why he tried to run away.
It's mind-blowing that it went from possible traffic stop to a little jail time to him being in a body bag.
Witnesses recall hearing 2 gunshots. Dauphin County Coroner Graham Hetrick says they're trying to put the evidence together.
What we're trying to ascertain with the body is body position, bullet angles.
But he says one thing is certain.
So there's no doubt that the officer caused the death of this man.
Again, eyewitnesses tell me Kasich was not armed. Police have not commented on that as of yet. They will be conducting their own investigation. Working for you live in Dauphin County, Stephen Fisher, ABC 27 News.